Should have like background.
Strange shape descending from outer space with relentless purpose. Where did it come from? And what did it want of us? Hello. It's an aircraft like nothing I've ever seen before. Hello. What do you mean, hello? It's like something from another planet. Do not try to follow me.
My advice to you, start drinking heavily.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy. Why, oh, why didn't I get to sleep? A big problem.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Humans of the internet, welcome to the Monday Night Comedy Show. Here we are, your host, Andrew Danger Brittleton.
Hello and welcome to the Monday Night Comedy Show. This is the 610th Monday Night Comedy Show. By sound of applause all throughout the internet and in the studio, you can be snarky, who's never been to a Monday Night Comedy Show before? Couple of you? I should understand how the internet works before I ask these questions of people. J Money the motherfucking Hawk. Thank you for being here. Do we have is St. May here, or do we have?
We do not have
St. May. We do not have St. May, but you know who we do have? A couple of people who have not been at the Monday Night Comedy Show in a very long time. Let's say hello, everybody, to Natalie Margaret and Jillian Markowitz, both who haven't been here in so long. I've forgotten what you look like. Welcome back.
Thank
hello.
you.
Now, I know that one or more of you have contracted COVID-19, but are feeling better. We'll talk more about that later, but I'm glad that everybody here is happy and healthy, or at least looks happy. I can't speak to your joy, but thank you so much for joining us here at the Monday Night Comedy Show, 611 edition. Let's read the Monday Night Comedy Show book club page, which is, of course, Picture Me Famous, the Full House Stephanie Tanner novella featuring the middle daughter of the Tanner clan. If you don't know, it is based on the hit TV series. We're on page 31, the start of chapter 3, and here to read it, put your hands together for Jillian Markowitz from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, page 31.
Do I just go?
Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 3. The next morning after their media lab class, Stephanie and Allie met Darcy by the payphone and Stephanie recapped the night's events. Poor Comet, Allie teased. You know how high-pitched noises really hurt a dog's ears. Please don't start a dog frenzy on my block, Darcy begged. My neighbors have those big kinds of dogs, the kind that can pull your car out of a ditch or something. Well, Stephanie said, feeling better about the whole night now that her friends had made her laugh. I'm pretty sure singing is out. Does that mean we can't be in your band? Allie asked. Thank you.
Page 31 of Picture Me Famous. Jillian Markowitz, thank you so much. You put the fun in reading is fundamental. Thank you so much. And a reminder to everybody who's watching, if you would like to be a book club reader, all you have to do is send us a private message on Facebook, and we'd be happy to say yes, because we're weird like that. Now, it is the 611th Monday Night Comedy Show. On to February 15th, everybody's walking funny from having a good Valentine's Day last night. Happy belated, everybody. This is Whitey the Monday Night Comedy Show Comedy Bear. We'll start our 611th Monday Night Comedy Show, as we often do, by killing Whitey. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's so visceral. It's like a Halloween show. Oh, it's like a trauma film. This is more and more anticlimactic as years go on, Kruger. Serious. It is. It is. You know who's funny is our first comic up tonight is our good friend Natalie. Welcome back to the Monday Night Comedy Show. Natalie Markert, everybody.
Thank you for having me back. So Andy probably may have mentioned that one of us has contracted the COVID-19s, and that one of us happens to be myself, friends, and I thought it would be kind of interesting. I don't know, maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment to try and do a set. Because I had like a funny-ish story. It's funny to me. If you don't find it funny, like, I don't know, I'm sorry for traumatizing you along with myself. So bear with me, friends. This is kind of like the story of my weekend, which was supposed to be this wonderful Valentine's Day weekend with, this guy that I've started dating. So I found out I contracted COVID-19 on the 10th, and I started feeling like pretty sick like around the 12th. And they had flagged me down, whatever. They were like, hey, you qualify for these antibodies, so you have to go in and get an infusion for these antibodies. So that's just, I don't know if anybody knows what an infusion is, but it's just like you receive medicine and it makes you better. So I got there and nothing even happened yet. I signed the paperwork. I got everything. I was like, yep, ready to be better. I'm super happy. This is like the point in time where I got COVID-19 versus like a year ago, because you don't know how it would have gone. So I'm there and I signed all the paperwork and I've got my heavy ass jacket on because it's really cold in Minneapolis right now. That's where I am at. And I went to put it on the coat on the hook and I just went, boo. I started to just I was just gonna go over. So then I sat in the chair and the ladies, so I ended up passing out. And they hadn't even fucking done anything to me yet, just to show you where my anxiety levels are at. Or it's like they hadn't even touched me. And so I went down, and I apparently was just not having a good time, and there was vomit involved, and sorry again, I know this is kind of traumatic, but the funny thing is they called the paramedics, and that's when I started coming to. And there was a man and a woman, I swear to God, they were the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my entire life. And I had puke going down my face, and there's this Adonis of a male, and they're just the most beautiful people. And I'm in this ambulance, and I'm looking up at them, and they're like, do you know where you are right now? And I'm like, holy shit, are you an angel? What is going on? No, I have no idea. So I ended up just fainting, and it ended up not being any big deal. And you all would think that it would be, something, I don't know, that's hard to get through, but there are actually quite a few advantages to COVID-19, and so I've listed them out for you all, so you know. Because it turns out there are actually a lot more advantages than there are disadvantages. So, number one, the immunities. So, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be immune for 90 days, and then hopefully maybe get vaccinated. Bitches! Yeah! Woo! Hopefully never deal with this shit again. Hello? I can touch my face any fucking time I want to now. No worries there. Look at this. Touching my face all over the place. Okay, number 3. The way people drop things and run as fast as they can away from you. They just it's a fucking bomb went off. They're like, oh my gosh, this is COVID positive. Here you go. I had to go get meds from CVS, and they dropped them off on the hood of my car. We don't want any trouble. It's okay, me either. I just want to feel better. Okay. Just generally how people, when they know that you're COVID positive, number 4, they stay away from you. And I kind of like that a little bit, because if I don't know you, I generally like want you to stay away from me. And now like there's a leaf, like there's more gusto behind it. Like, you fucking better stay away. You pay the price. I don't know. That kind of delights me in a dark way. When I go back to civilization and somebody's taken too long in the cheese aisle, I can just go grab my cheese, not live in fear anymore because I'm going to inhale somebody's germs because I've already got the germs. So what is there to be afraid of anymore? Right? I'm telling you, more advantages. You get to sleep all day and people tell you you did a good job for sleeping all day. That's what it was. They're like, what did you do today? Oh, I slept. Oh, good job. Did you eat? Yeah, I did. I did that too. Oh, good. That's good. You'll be there in no time. No time at all. It's like, I don't know what to say. I hope so. Like, nobody fucking knows what to say. That's the kind of interesting thing. I don't have to do anything with anyone at any time, and they can't make me feel guilty because staying away from them is literally saving their life. And that's a huge advantage for me. Most of February in Minneapolis is stupid cold, so I'm missing out on literally nothing. I'm broadcasting from my bed to the MNCS, so what more is there in life to be had than that, really? And then number 10, again, back to the antibodies, so I repeated my point. Now, we're going to go over the disadvantages of COVID. Number 1, not being able to breathe. Huge bummer. Big time. Gotta be able to breathe, you know? I get winded really easily. And then I have to have a humidifier all the time. Like I'm a reptile now. Let's see. The worst part about it, you guys, was before I knew I got exposure, I hugged my 86-year-old grandmother. And I didn't know for the longest time if she was okay, but it ended up being fine. Because I wasn't shedding it yet, but that was really scary.
Shedding it?
That's what they say, is shedding it. Isn't that disgusting? Like, well, you feel so gross. It's just not fun. I'm damp.
You got some of your comment on me.
What? Are you like there and not here? So that's kind of what it's like. Does anybody have any COVID questions? Anything that they want to ask somebody?
Actually, there are some questions in the comments. I don't know if this is COVID related, but Abby Stackowitz wants to know what are pants.
No idea.
Do you want to field this one? No. Okay. All right. We got some help from Kat. Pants aren't real, so we don't have to worry about that at all. All right. Okay. Cool. I don't think anybody else has questions.
All right. That's my set.
You know what I'm glad of, Natalie Margaret, is that you are very healthy, or getting healthier.
Yeah.
And you're not with us. You are with us online and in spirit. When we are allowed to bring comics back here in the studio in Nanotaka Studios in North Minneapolis, where we're filming from, we will of course have you back. So keep improving health-wise, and know that we love you and are happy to have you here. Everybody, Natalie Marker! Yeah! Woo!
Thank you all.
If you are having a lovely time, all you have to do, folks, is you can Venmo the comics tips, or you can use Cash App. And I'm not actually writing those down. I'm just making a hand turkey. But please use Cash App. It's $MNCS 69. Am I really the only one who laughs at that?
I'm trying to. Kruger, don't disrupt me. Kruger, laugh at my stuff more.
Kruger, if I say 69, I'm 42 years old. Everybody, 69. Hello. Oh yes, I did. 69. Anyway, Cash App or Venmo. And just want to, kind of calm before the storm. Starting in March, we are going to be moving to Zoom because we drank the Kool-Aid and, we couldn't say no. And also the platform that we're using now, StreamYard, they don't let us have more than 10 people on screen. So we have to do this delicate ballet of this bull in a china shop of like swapping people out and kicking people out. And some people take it personally and they're like, I want to be a part of the show. And we just can't accommodate that. So what we're going to do is go to Zoom where we can have 100 or more people. I don't know how Zoom works. We'll do some research between now and March. Anyhow, but right now you can tip, and we'll get those tips to the performers. But coming in March, we are going to start charging for the Monday Night Comedy Show. We're going back to the $5 admission. Now that's not like, $5 per person or like $10 per family. No, we're not doing any of that shit. It's just $5. It's, like one of those Taco Bell burrito boxes with the cinnamon twists. You're gonna love it. And we're gonna be able to split that amongst our friends here at Nano Taco Studios in North Minneapolis, and all our performers who deserve to get paid to make you laugh. So if you don't believe that, then maybe you should go. Vernon Kruger, where should they go if they don't believe in tipping comics?
If they don't believe in tipping comics?
Yes.
Well, I don't think it's polite to say where they should go.
Ever the gentleman.
Yeah. I think the only thing that we should do is just move on with the show and forget about those awful people.
You might think that, but you know how I like to glom onto a subject and beat it to death.
Yeah. Even when I try to stop you in subtle ways.
I can't be stopped. Not for 13 and a half years. But you know what? Maybe if one comic could stop me, it would be your next one. Doing week 5 of 6 of Comic in Residence. 5 new minutes, all for you, Internet, from Chicago, Illinois. It's Brittany, adopt Chicago. Jesus, why did I just read that? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have Chicago on the brain. I'm so sorry, Brittany. I didn't mean to offend you because I hate Chicago like you do. I just put those words in your mouth, but I can't stand that town. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Duquesne Incline, Three Rivers Stadium, and Fort Pitt. And can you tell my stepmom's from Pittsburgh and we spent Christmases there? And Heinz ketchup. Did I say Heinz?
Yes.
Fuck. Well, I meant it. All right. Anyway, you think that Heinz helped Pittsburgh become what it is? Your next comic did. Brittany Alexis, Comic in Residence.
I love this intro every single time. You guys are the best. Oh my goodness, my light's moving. Every day we're in this pandemic, I totally understand how Jan from The Office just kind of de-escalated. I'm right there. I've been doing a lot more, been doubling down on hobbies, pandemic hobbies, which is really just me doing things I should have been doing the whole time, like cooking every day. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know. Yes, cooking is great. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I cook when I'm stressed out. The first month of the pandemic, every single day, I made a different dessert. And that is a trauma response. That's not a sign of a well-adjusted person. I'll just tell you that right now. Things weren't going well. I feel like the more care and attention and love that I put into food, like the less you should ask me how I'm doing, because it's not well. It's not good. If you're getting authentic Berea, don't even say hi. Just be like, thank you for this food. Hope you have a good day, and leave, because it's not going well. It's not going well. I love cooking, I do, but like you can tell there's a difference. Like it's straight up gourmet when I need to be doing other things. And when I have free time, it's like ramen. So big difference. One thing I wasn't expecting when I started cooking so much is how long it would take to scroll down the website to the actual recipe. It takes a minute. It's like you need to take an SAT reading comprehension prep course to learn how to make rice. Like it's insane. I don't know if you guys have been on these websites, but it's like they know that they have something that you want and they're going to make you work for it. It's like having to sit through one of those like timeshare things to get a lobster dinner. It's not actually worth it. It's not even a little bit where you spend 5 hours there. Dinner, you could have worked and got that. You could have got that in 20 minutes, maybe. It should be illegal. It should be. They make Crime and Punishment look like light reading to tell you how to make chicken nuggets. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, they always have like the same personal statement kind of vibe going. Like, it's always like, I'm upper middle class. I definitely did post a black square on my Instagram page. I have a hubby. He's like a 4th kid. I have 4 kids and a picky hubby, and something else about my hubby. And it's just like, I get that you're married and miserable, but please don't bring this on to me. You know, like, I didn't have anything to do with that, ma'am. It's not my fault that you're unhappy, but whatever. So which is the worst part, because I appreciate the recipe, but they make me so angry because when I'm looking up a recipe, I'm already hungry. So me scrolling down the page, already hungry, it's not good. It's not good. But let's see what else. I've been getting into true crime a lot more lately. I've been getting into it so much. I've been watching like YouTube videos on true crime. I've been watching like TikToks. I am in the weeds. And the thing about it, I watch enough true crime, and I always have watched true crime. Like, I should have made better dating decisions. I went on a date one time, and I don't know if I told you guys this, but I was like super, like 97% sure I was getting kidnapped. Dead serious. Reason being, about 45 minutes into the ride and 30 miles down the turnpike, I was like, maybe I should ask him, where we're going. He said it would be a surprise, and either way, he would have been right. But at the end of the day, I'm probably going to end up one of those true crime shows one day. I just hope that they take a picture for my Instagram, because letting my brother pick, it's not nice. The makeup true crime lady, I do watch her, Bailey Sarian. That is my girl. I love her. But one thing I've noticed about true crime, even though I love it, is that every single genre of true crime has this thing I like to call the hindsight effect, where it's like everything that the suspect did, no matter how innocuous, is like somehow like suspicious, right? Like, they'll be like, Jan went to a restaurant and she ordered water with no lemon. And then they leave it out there, and you're like, okay, like, that's, and then you think about it and you're like, I kind of get it. Like, I always get lemon, like maybe even on the side, like maybe. And then you think about that statistic where they're like 100% of serial killers have drank water. And you're like, I know it's not a bad thing. Like, we all drink water, but at the same time, it is kind of weird that Ted Bundy and all these other people have been drinking water, and everyone on this show. So it gets kind of weird. Like, I remember, this is from Dateline NBC. I promise you, one time I watched Dateline NBC, and they said, Lisa went on vacation with Mark, her lover turned husband. Like, that's just how relationships work. Like, that's the PEMDAS of relationships. Lovers, you go to friends, and then you go to husband. And that's how it works. And so it's just amazing to me. Every single thing on those shows is like always suspicious. They'll be like, she then took off in a car registered in her name. And it's like, that's just ownership. But like, you're right. That was the murder weapon. So I guess it's illegal. But yeah. Oh, and I'm looking at the comments. Somebody's like, I only watch true crimes for shows for tips. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to commit a murder. I promise. But at the same time, it's just like, if I were to commit a murder and I didn't want to get caught, you're supposed to bury it under an animal and then plant. Oh, just kidding. That's my time. Brittany Alexis.
Yes. Oh, Brittany Alexis.
Yes, week 506 as comic in residence from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Brittany Alexis. One more time for Brittany. You there, chair. Yes, damn you, yes. Excellent. Couple of things. Just one thing, actually. Timeshares. What timeshare gives you lobster dinners? Are you kidding me with that? I would go every time. I've only seen timeshare meetings where they give you a free Yeti mug. That's it.
They're not compensating you fairly.
No, I want a lobster dinner. Oh my God.
With the East Coast thing, they're cheaper on the East Coast.
Pittsburgh. If you're in the Allegheny Mountains, I wouldn't say that they're like coastal.
No.
Just saying.
No.
Because I've been to Pittsburgh. I've been to Pittsburgh less times than I've been to Chicago, and I like Pittsburgh more.
Yes. It's a good place.
Yeah. Yep. A disclaimer about Chicago, because unfortunately Katie ZANE had to drop out for tonight's show. They are in Chicago. I'm devil's advocate. Okay, I've never been shown the good side of the city. Okay, I've only been to like the Amtrak depot, and there is no bad side to Chicago, says Jeff, who's visibly drunk, and I don't trust you at all about your Chicago. Yeah, you spike pure tea, pure leaf. Mm-hmm. Anyway, if someone in Chicago wants to let me sleep on their futon sometime after this pandemic ends in 2027.
Shut your mouth.
I know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jinx it for everybody. I'm sorry. Anyway.
You know how you could have told?
How? By introducing the next guest?
Yeah.
Ah, very good.
Briefly.
Very good. Briefly, week 2 of 6, comic in residence. You might recognize a theme here. We only have 2 comics that are not doing all brand new material. Verified 100% USDA. Prime new jokes. From Collingswood, New Jersey, put your hands together for Will Gardiner, everybody! Well.
So, my sex life has been bad. You could say historically bad. After my divorce, this one girl asked me what I like in bed. I said, well, I had 4 scores 7 years ago. I'm just happy to be emancipated. I've got more Star Wars tattoos than I've had sexual partners. That is to say, I have Star Wars tattoos. They haven't exactly put my romantic life into hyperdrive. But who doesn't want a guy who knows how to handle his lightsaber? Besides space lesbians, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to do. Half the women on these dating apps are denser than a good pound cake. This one girl on Hinge answered a prompt about what her simple pleasure is. She said, enjoying life. Where the fuck has she been for the last year? That is the least simple, least pleasurable thing you can possibly do. Like, come back when you've got a useful hobby, like knitting body bags. I'm always upfront about my daughter on my profiles. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Some women only want their own kids. Some women probably don't like that I'm strong enough to say no to somebody that's cuter than they are. So many great qualities that come with being a dad, though. Like how I'm no stranger to stepping outside my comfort zone from being a dad. Like this one time, I let my daughter mix 2 colors of Play-Doh. I've been in therapy for 3 fucking years, and nothing could have prepared me for that shit. It's not what God intended. It's unnatural for the colors to mix. That's why they're in separate containers. But, you know, the kids, they don't all like to read their Bible these days. Next thing you know, she's going to betray God by abandoning Crayola for that horseshit rose art. She's already going down a dark path with glitter. That stuff is the mark of the beast. That's all I've got for tonight, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Humans of the internet, give it up for Will Gardiner.
Will Gardiner! Collingswood, New Jersey. All new minutes for you as comic in residence. Last week, I told myself I wouldn't ask him, but one more time. Will, would you consider changing the pronunciation of your last name to Gardiner? So I don't still feel embarrassed about it?
Because I want to keep giving people crap when they mispronounce it.
Very good. Thank you for not giving me so much crap. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was pretty embarrassing because in my mind it was totally normal. Oh, Gardiner, that's a normal name, not Gardiner. Yeah. That's why they don't let me out much. Speaking of let me out much, there's a segue for you. Let's mix it up. Let's watch a music video, shall we? Filmed right here at Nano Taco Studios in North Minneapolis. It is the band 85918 with their song Albatross. Enjoy.
Albatross by 85918.
85918. It's like a zip code.
Yes.
It's not a zip code, but it's like one.
85918.
Like if I started a band, mine would be 55419.
Great.
What would yours be, Jason?
I would not have a number for a name.
But yes-anding me, and the game being the name of my band is my zip code.
Hey, the game to me sounds like my zip code is getting information about me. You trying to scam me, Andy?
Yes, I want to offer you a free Yeti mug if you go to a meeting with me.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Let's go to Pittsburgh. Road trip to Pittsburgh, and we'll go get a lobster dinner with Brittany. Good? Yeah? No? No one's talking to me. I'm all alone here. This is the loneliest place in this entire building. I want to show you guys something. This is Nano Taco Studios. So over there, that's it's Mercy Victor. Where's Jeff? There's Jeff. There's Kat. There's Kat. We can't touch any of them because we're all social distancing as best we can, wearing masks and whatnot. But we just want to thank them for letting us hang out here. Thanks for letting us slum it here at Nano Taco every week since August of last. We were doing the show from my living room, and it was a fucking lame. We're much cooler now because we got shit like this. See? It's not even hot.
Edison light bulb.
I know. See? See, if this were at my house, I'd have third-degree burns all over my face. Anyway.
Hang one right above your head.
I do. We have ideas all the time. Good stuff. So that was Albatross from 85918, filmed here at Nanotaka Studios in North Minneapolis. We have another video to close out tonight. Another really good music video from a local band. So stick around for the whole show. Coming up next, let's jump across the country to Los Angeles, California, where they make movies and earthquakes. And Kruger, what other trivia in your research on California?
Oh man, well, there's a bunch of people that work in an industry much like what I'm doing, where I'm trying to switch a thing and you're asking me a question while I'm doing another job.
Yes, it's a point well taken, Kruger. Yeah. But what you really should have said is, if California were its own country, it would be the 5th largest economy on the planet.
Great, give me coffee first.
And our next comic is actually a CEO of California.
Yes.
The chief executive officer, doing her 3rd of 6 weeks as comic in residence, all 5 new minutes of material just for you guys. Welcome from Los Angeles, California, Abby SCHACHNER. Abby, welcome back.
Well, let's clarify. First of all, I think you mean CEO. You don't want me running. You don't want me running anything. Second of all, I think you missed another big part of California, which is Scientology. I don't know if I forget the name of the documentary. Oh, Going Clear. I think one thing that they missed out on was they should have showed the amount of real estate they own, not only in Los Angeles, but then just kind of pull up worldwide. I'm not here to talk about that. First of all, I got thrown off by baked goods. You were talking about the lovely woman from Pittsburgh, which I think is another wonderful town. It was the first time I saw hills, and I went there and I smoked weed the whole weekend. When I was 15 years old, I took a bus there, and a woman who had a terrible acid trip gave me a T-shirt, and it was wonderful. It was very nice. It was my first adult experience, taking a bus to Pittsburgh from Toledo, where I'm from. But anyway, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh, she was talking about desserts. I used to make a lot of desserts. I made banana pudding, pecan pie, chocolate mousse in the beginning, and I haven't done any of that, and I miss it. So thank you. I'd like to exude how defective I am inside by what I bake. I miss it. Because it's just in here. This is the problem right now. It's just in here. I was thinking today about my rap name. I know what it'd be called. I'd be called Little Confidence. And you know what? When I looked at that, when I wrote down that in notes, I wrote rap, WRAP. That's how out of it I am. You were also talking about bands. What about that band called, what's that song that what's the band Boy George was in? Cancel Culture Club? Cancel Culture. That's what I think. And I think in that song you can still sing, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? It works out that way. You know what? There's a lot of activity happening in the comedy groups online. There's a lot of Chazarai happening, and I'm very triggered by it right now. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to upset people. I'm very confused by things. I'd like someone to talk back at me. You can be mad at me. I get confused. I get confused. No, you're going to be mad at me. I get confused with believe. I don't know if it's believe all women believe women. I don't even believe myself. I don't believe anything. I don't mean to discount anybody. I don't think anybody should live in shame. I don't think anybody should live forced by someone else's secret. But I don't think the aim is to take down people. I think the aim is maybe to protect people if you're concerned. But sometimes I think when you don't know the details, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying me, it's hard to make a judgment. But I don't like being discounted just because I'm supposed to flatly believe. I don't feel that way. So if you have a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm willing to listen. That's the good thing. You know what? In the beginning of quarantine, I heard a woman talking about how she was using a lot of masturbation talk by comics. There was a lot of women were over masturbating with their vibrators, blowing out engines, terrible things. And it concerns me because, we don't want to become immune to the touch of a human. You don't want to become immune to a finger or a tip of the tongue, whatever. And it concerned me. So I feel like people need to lower the speed, use a hand. I don't know. Who am I to talk? I really am no one to talk. When I think about being with someone, first of all, I'm not going to be intimate again. Like, I'm not going to have sex again, I don't think, till I'm 50. And I'm very close. But I want to do the vine. I think this is my fetish. I want to get involved with someone and just kind of worm my way. There's going to be rolling. I want it to be like a performance art piece. And we got to do that at least like for a month. And then maybe we can like blow through the underwear, like on the genitals, nice hot air. It's terrible. This is what, I mean, I'm telling you, like, truly, like how I want to be intimate with someone. It's just like start with an elbow and then just move to like twist, but very gentle and yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I have a couple different types of weed, and I chose to smoke the brand of the type of weed called wedding cake, which meant that this morning I started my day off with a nice puff of acrimonious divorce. That's the brand of weed. Let's see here. What else would I want to talk about? Oh, yes. Somebody found my running order from last night's. I started, just recently going to outdoor mics. Someone found my running order and they put it in the lobby. And basically on this, it was the top of a bag. I'd cut a bag so it had the little handle. And on it, it said like murder, rape, fucking, nothing says, get to know your neighbors like someone finding your running order. Hello, neighbor. This is me. Let's see here. What else? Another thing too with the Me Too stuff, and I came out of the Me Too movement. I'm not going to talk about it. It doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is, if someone like outed me, I would say, wait a second, stop. Let's go back to fucking Sleeping Beauty. That guy, in the Disney version, kissed her when she was sleeping, no consent. But you know what? In the Grimms and all the other ones that led up to the Grimms, she got fucked and she ended up waking up with twins. If you want to make it real and make it like edge it towards promising young woman, she'd be in her urine. She was sleeping for 100 years. Urine, shit, period blood. There's a lot of stuff for under read through the whole narrative. Let's do it. She gets up, the whole town gets, sees what happened, and then they go to kill the, king. What, I don't know. And he probably did it to 7 other princesses, who pricked their fingers too. You never know. That's the thing. Other women come out. What do you know? They're not all, whatever. Apparently I'm friends with a lot of predators on Facebook. That's the problem. I understand the misunderstood. Like I look at my father was a criminal a bit. So like I have a soft spot for mistakes. What can I tell you? Maybe there's difference between predator and mistake. I get that. You're going to hate me. You're going to all hate me. I'm probably, let's see, am I done? You want me over? Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
I saved a lot of journals. I don't know if you people, I'm sure you write, you're writers because you're comics, all this stuff. I amassed a lot of journals. And once I went out with a minimalist in like 2004 to 2008, I went out with a minimalist and he saw all my journals in a closet. And I justified by saying that there's gems in there. There's gems in there. And I pulled out a handful because he's like, why are you keeping all these journals? And we opened them up and like occasionally there'd be like a half a poem or half a song, but most of it was just like, cry for help. It was just one cry for help. Anyway, but I do think about, I got rid of 3 garbage bag of journals that day. And honestly, like I had an abortion in 95. I think more about the journals I got rid of. They say, kill your darlings. Those are in a compost somewhere. They've grown into something wonderful. That's what I can only hope. Anyway, thank you.
Humans of the internet, give it up for Abby Schachner.
Abby Schachner, aka Little Confidence.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Next week, Abby, not to tell you what to do, but I want to hear more about your dad, who's a little bit of a criminal.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. Like, what does that mean? Because I'm
a loving daughter. I'm a loving daughter. That's what.
Yes, and sex in LA sounds a lot different than sex everywhere else. I don't. Some of the things, none of us were bold enough to actually pause you and actually ask what.
I think that's sex with Abby, not LA.
Oh, okay. You don't represent the sexual taste of that region. Okay.
Only one person can.
That is true. There's a lot of folks out there. Dad is a little bit of a criminal. What does that even mean? God, that's mysterious.
I mean, but like if she was like, Dad's a little bit gangster, you'd be like, oh, now I know.
Yeah. I don't know. It is. He likes folk music. I got nothing. Anyway, so what was going to be our next comic was Katie ZANE, but unfortunately they were not feeling good tonight. Had to bow out. But we will see them next week as comic in residence doing 5 new minutes. So we're gonna jump, come back east a little bit to Colorado, where the weed flows like freedom. Woohoo! Doing his 4th week out of 6 of brand new minutes of material as comic in residence. Put your hands together for Jake HOVIS.
Yes.
Jake.
Fantastic. Love it. Wow. I was a hungry kid. My first words were seconds. My mom would take me to the grocery store just to have something to point at. Like, that's the reason I'm getting 4 gallons of milk. I'm not a hoarder.
Oh my God.
Look at this thing.
Oh my God.
I'm just in the cart breathing heavily. Occasionally, my mom would get the Little Debbie's, the box of Little Debbie's. Oh, man, that's a good day.
Oh, yeah.
One time, the box almost made it home. I mean, I am wolfing those things down. Excuse me. I was a hungry kid. I always came running when she filled up the trough. Just, Kool-Aid and Hamburger Helper in copious amounts. If my mom would say, she'd take me to church on Sunday, she says, hey, if you're good in church, we're going to go to KFC. I didn't talk at all. I didn't try to breathe. Got saved 8 times. I mean, I just really wanted some KFC.
Okay.
My dad, he took a little different approach. He got me a kite when I was a kid. It's a nice gesture, but I think he was just trying to trick me into running. Had a bunch of holes in it. He's like, oh, well, never flew the kite, but I did make the basketball team. So there you go. Fun times. Popcorn is getting out of hand. I know we haven't been to movie theaters in a while, but I still remember the popcorn because it's they come in embarrassing sizes. It's either here's this feed bag or this entire bucket. Which one do you want? And I have had every meal in front of the TV for the last 30 years. I don't know what it's like to sit at an actual table. So if I'm watching a movie, might as well start eating there too. Why stop now? Yeah. The movie theaters are, they're getting too fancy. Have you guys been to the new movie theaters that have the recliner built in? No, thank you. First of all, I'm 6'8", so the back of the chair is hitting me below the shoulder blades. And I am what you might call voluptuous.
Yes.
So there's another issue that I run into, right? Because the reclining mechanism is a button that you press on the inside of the armrest. If I just sit normally, my juiciness, I don't know, pushes against the button. And eventually I'm reclining whether I like it or not. And feet are sticking way out in front of the footrest. Just look like I'm, in a World War II operating table or something. I got gangrene. I have to end up cupping my hand like I'm trying to feed goats and put it over the button the whole movie. Yeah, this is luxury. I'm glad they made this improvement to the movie theater. Fantastic. I love going to the movies by myself because my wife only likes cartoons. So if I want to see something with like real live people, I got to go by myself. And I thought I would feel like a loser. It's the best day ever. Oh my goodness. Yes, please. Cost half as much. You don't talk during the movie anyway, right? I don't know. I really enjoy it. And if anybody does think I'm a loser, I'm real big. So what do I care? Okay, I got a couple more. I know I'm at 5. I got a couple more real quick for you. I think you'll like these. The other day, I got so upset that I threw up. I also threw Toy Story and A Bug's Life. In high school, I could dunk, but so few people wanted to get baptized. I got one more. I hate peanuts. I don't like pecans or pea soup either. Basically, if you add urine to anything, I'm out. I should have ended on the up joke. All right, thanks, guys.
Humans of the internet, give it up for Jake Hovis.
Jake Hovis from Denver, Colorado. Earlier, and Jake said he mentioned Kool-Aid, and I went to the store today, and I don't know if you guys remember what the summer of 1988 tasted like, but they re-released Purplesaurus Rex from Kool-Aid, and it tastes exactly like 1988 for me, and it's incredible. It's fine.
You can do it.
They used to be Bach. Wait.
All the way through.
All the way through. That's the title of my sex tape. There we go. All right. Here. Now, if Kool-Aid wants to sponsor, they have the red one. I'm hoping that they bring back Pink Swimingo, personally. If you don't know what any of these are, see, kids, Kool-Aid is a beverage that cults use sometimes.
They used Flavor Aid.
They use Flavor Aid. That is not, or was it? It was Weiler's, wasn't it?
No, it was Flavor Aid.
Flavor Aid. So that's the
Jim Jones, yeah.
Jim Jones, the Jim Jones brand of choice.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the Safeway house brand, or is it a generic, or is it?
I don't know. They're still in business, so good job, Flavor Aid.
Are they still in business?
Yeah, man. You can still get Flavor Aid.
Good Lord. All right. Jim Jones happened like right around the time I was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like July of '78.
Oh.
And here I am. So if you put 2 and 2 together,
You're reincarnated. Great.
that's weird to say. All right.
No wonder like Kool-Aid.
You know what? Remember earlier in the show when we read that page from the Book of Forgotten Lore, the book club book? Well, that was a little foreshadowing for what's up next. You remember the person who read page 31 of Picture Me Famous?
I sure do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, not Pittsburgh. It's on the other end where it's always sunny. Put your hands together for Jillian Markowitz. Welcome back to the Monday Night Comedy Show.
Woo! Thank you. I hope everyone enjoyed my opener. I open all of my sets with a page from the Full House book. So I'm actually having I know that I'm supposed to be unhappy right now, but I'm actually having a great quarantine. Guess what I did?
What?
Threw my ex out on his ass.
Yay!
Threw him out. I had to. He broke my cardinal rule, okay? One rule. Cardinal rule. Do not ever break up with me. I value woman. We were quarantined separately. He's an essential worker. At the beginning of quarantine, we were quarantined separately. Everyone was like, why don't you just move in together? Just move in together. If you move in together during a pandemic, that is not a step forward in your relationship. That is forming a death pact. If I wanted a death pact, I would be married. And I'm not. And it's totally by choice. So. No, it's definitely been like a weird few months. I had surgery. I had a polyp scooped out of my uterus. And the doctor said I'm not allowed to put anything in my vagina for 2 weeks. So now I have to get a wallet. No, it's been rough. You know, I lost what? My relationship, my job, the polyp. But there is good news, right? I just saved a ton of money on my car insurance. By switching to
Geico.
Have my car repossessed by the government. Thank you. What's Geico? No, I'm okay. I know I sound really pathetic, but we're all pathetic right now. I'm okay. I've had a lot of therapy. I was actually in therapy for 6 years, and then my therapist fell in love with me. Ooh. So I won therapy. I did it. No, I have a new therapist now. And I know that he's not going to fall in love with me, you know, because he's boundaried and he's ethical and he's very, very gay. He told me that I was using, you know, it's like horny times we're living in, okay? Horny times, I don't know what's happening in my building. It's horny times we're living in. My therapist told me that I've been using attention-seeking behaviors to mask my depression. Which is like such a weird reply to a picture of my tits. A lot of people I hook up with are surprised when they find out that I don't like to be degraded in bed. It's like, I'm a ukulele comedian with bangs. I'm degraded enough in life, thank you. I know, you all don't understand because you're too nice. You probably don't even degrade ukulele comedians with bangs, but trust me, it happens. I have a lot of people being like, you know, Jill, you should just take some time, you know, take some time, be single, be your own boyfriend, just be your own boyfriend. And I would, but I no longer date comedians. We are the fucking worst. No, I think I actually came through that relationship as my own boyfriend. You know, I have I've intimacy issues to keep me independent and like 20 extra pounds to keep me warm at night. So I am my own boyfriend. I am my own boyfriend. No, I have to stop doing affirmations in the middle of my sets. I have to stop doing affirmations. I have been doing affirmations, actually. I've been doing affirmations in the mirror every day. I actually wrote a little song to help me remember, if you're down for hearing it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so this is what I've been saying to myself in the mirror every day before I start my day. Dear Jill, don't Don't even bother having any dreams, cause sooner or later someone comes to crush them. Don't even bother eating your favorite foods, cause sooner or later the foods will make you fatter. And if you get fatter, your mate value goes down and no one wants to fuck you, but you shouldn't fuck them anyway. Cause if you fuck them, you'll just want to go to sleep and then you will sleep through having your dreams crushed. And then you die.
Yes.
Thank you. I fucked that up. I forgot to start timing myself and everything's fine. I'm sorry, I don't usually open my mouth at all during the day, so this is all brand new. I'm surprised that I didn't open my mouth and just have a bunch of like dust and twigs and leaves fly out, like that scene in Hocus Pocus when he like cuts his mouth open. Anyway, have you heard this thing where the CDC is saying that if single people are going to have sex right now, first of all, probably don't. But if you're going to, you should do it no kissing, wearing a mask from behind.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just like everything I was already doing.
Okay.
I assume a GIMP mask. A lot of people have been comparing, I've been hearing this a lot, people comparing COVID to STDs, because like you have to do contact tracing, you have to get tested, you have to use protection with new people. But it's like, if I get an STD, I'm not going to kill my whole family. Like, I'm not going to give my dad gonorrhea. Unless he specifically asks me to. Consent, so important. Oh my God, can I run my time? I'm so sorry.
No, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what happened.
The screen changed and I thought that you were cutting my mic.
No.
Okay, you can just let me know. You know, you can just do that. Just cut me out. No, I'm living alone and I'm a feminist and everything, but I feel like the only thing that I miss about living with a man is just like having someone to open jars for me. I'm serious. I'm gonna starve to death. No, I'm a feminist, but men are better at opening jars. Like, of course you are. You have the grip strength of someone who's been jerking off from the age of 11. I mean, it's the exact same muscles that you're using when you. I'm trying to pass out, and I'm realizing that I can't open jars or give hand jobs. I know that I can be like kind of vulgar in my set sometimes. And my mom, who's actually watching right now, she gave me a really helpful note about that. She was like, Jillian, I didn't like the part of your comedy when you talked about eating cum. It's like, Mom, obviously that's a joke. I don't eat cum. It's a liquid. I drink it. No, I've never known anyone to completion before. I mean, a blowjob's just like trying to suck a triple thick milkshake through a Twizzler that cries when you bite it like a little bit. But I wanted to close on a song, if I can remember how to play the ukulele, which I seem to have forgotten. I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. No, we needed more quirky girls with bangs playing the ukulele. We can't lose another one. So I care a lot about social issues, but I'm also extraordinarily vain. I was thinking a lot about this, and I think it all kind of balances out to make me just like a shithead, just a bad person. So I wrote a song about this. It's called My Least Favorite Things. The taste of my mouth the morning after a favorite bender. The atrocity is being committed at America's border right now. Pictures of my ex at events I wasn't invited to. These are my least favorite things. They all make me equally upset. Gun violence being perpetuated by and against our children. Accidentally sending a text to the person I was talking about and not to. Feeling of existential dread watching my middle school friends post wedding pictures. These are my least favorite things. They all make me equally upset. Chewing gum in the movies. The fact that if I called, I could kill everyone I love. The fact that even though Trump's out of office, we still have the constant threat of domestic terrorism hanging over our. These are my least favorite things. They all make me equally upset. Also, sour Skittles. I'm done.
She wins a Valentine. Give it up for Jillian Markowitz.
Jillian Markowitz from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jillian, thank you so much for being here. Please come back sooner rather than later. We want you back.
Have me all the time.
Okay.
I'll do the 5 minutes of new material thing.
Okay. We'll talk. I'll send you a message. Next, actually, speaking of the Comic in Residence program, seriously, you guys might have noticed that we literally have on the lineup tonight. We have 2 comics that are from Minneapolis. We had Natalie Market earlier in the show, and coming up next is our friend Dan BUBLITZ, who is on vacation because, you know, it's a global pandemic. Oh, and you know you need to get away from it all. So he did, and since he isn't going to be anywhere with proper internet, he filmed his 5 brand new minutes as Comic in Residence. So here, doing week 4 of 6, put your hands together for Dan BUBLITZ.
Oh, thank you, Monday Night Comedy Show. Oh my God, I'm excited to be here with you tonight. This is my 4th week in residency. Before I get into the jokes, I gotta let you guys in on a little secret though. I'm a genius. I think I'm a genius because I figured out something that's amazing. I figured out how to be in 2 places at one time. I know, whoa, mind's blown, right? You're like, what is he talking about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. While I'm here right now in front of you, I'm telling you guys jokes at the Monday Night Comedy Show. But I am also sitting at a beach somewhere in Florida because I'm also on vacation. Whoa, isn't that amazing? I think it's amazing. So I will have to tell you a little disclaimer. If my jokes seem or my timing seems a little off to laughter, well, that's because I'm in 2 places at one time, and that is hard to do. That's a lot of work, you know? And you got temperature changes, like up here it's below 0. I'm sitting down at a beach where it's like 70 degrees. It's warm, it's sunny. Up here it's cold and dark and weary, and that's a lot. So if my jokes and my timing seems off, that's why. That's the secret. I had to, give you that disclaimer up top. So what I'm going to do, though, I'm going to help you guys out. So since my timing's going to be all scrambled from the 2 different, being in 2 different time zones and all that, I'm going to tell a joke, and when I tell a joke, I'm going to pause. I'm just going to assume you think it's hilarious and you're laughing really hard, and then I'll continue on to the next joke. Now, if you were here last week, you know that I was doing jokes. I was doing a bunch of one-liners, little jokes that I wrote each day based on a word. That's what I've been doing. I've been challenging myself to write on them, and I'm going to continue that. I wrote a bunch more with some more words, and last week, I didn't say what the words were until the very end, and I'll do that up top this time. So I'm gonna say the words, say the joke, pause. You guys, you get the drill. Anyway, that's a lot of meandering, right? So let's get to these jokes. The first joke tonight, the first word is tie, and the first joke is, I don't mind wearing ties, but I wish they wouldn't leave marks on my wrist. When I was in Boy Scouts, my Boy Scout master taught us how to tie knots that could not be undone, which I'm sure he regretted when we left him tied to that tree. The next word is pace. I only move at one pace, and that's sloth. I know that one wasn't a great joke. I got another one, though, with the word pace. I got another one. I was at work, and my boss told me to pick up the pace. So I started running right out the door, and I never looked back. I think the real winner in NASCAR is the pace car because it crosses the finish line first. I know. These are gems. Thank you. All right, I'll do the next word. The next word is confront. Confront was the word of the day. My psychologist told me I needed to confront my fears. So I did, and then my wife kicked me out of the house. Oh, I love it. All right, the last one of these that is a word of the day is winter. Winter was the word of the day. And this is what I wrote for winter. What I wrote about winter. My favorite thing about winter is, I don't have a favorite thing about winter. Actually, I hate winter. That's why I'm in Florida right now, because winter reminds me of my family. Cold, white, and they make me miserable for at least half of the year. All right, I'll do this last bit before I get out of here. I got like a minute left. Thank you guys for watching the Monday Night Comedy Show. Keep supporting comedy here in the Twin Cities and online virtually. But I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody, but I got in trouble with my fiance the other day. She got really mad at me because I didn't come outside to help her carry groceries in. And she said, she sent me a text. She was all mad, and I walked into the kitchen, and I could tell she was mad. And I said, well, what's going on? Why are you so mad at me? She said, well, you didn't come help me do the groceries. And I was like, well, I can't read your mind. She says, no, I sent you a text. And she got all angry. And I was like, well, I didn't get a text. I thought, maybe it was my phone because, I'm cheap. I use Straight Talk, so maybe I just didn't get the text yet. And I looked, and no, of course, I did not have the text. And I was like, oh, see, look, I didn't get a text. She's like, well, I don't know why you didn't get the text. I don't understand it. And then she grabbed her phone, and she's like, I'll show you. And as she grabbed her phone, she realized she forgot to hit send. And that was more of a thought that, sometimes fights can be avoided with these miscommunications. And I think that's all my time this week. I will see you next week, and I won't be in two places at one time. Thank you, and have a good rest of your night and show.
Humans of the internet, give it up for Dan Bublitz.
Dan. Did you notice his background? Like the red, dark red belt. It's like he was filming at a bordello, like the 70s. Anyway. Dan Bublitz from Florida, USA. He'll be back next week. It would be nice to get I think everybody except for maybe Abby. I'm not sure what the weather's like in New Jersey for Will, but is everybody suffering from the polar vortex?
Yeah.
It's been either single digits or like super negative degrees here in Minneapolis, so it's fucking terrible. I want to thank everybody for commenting throughout. Abby wants to go on vacation, but she wants to go to the North Shore because why not be colder than you are now? Let's do that. But I hear the North Shore is nice. Again, it's like I view the North Shore as like essentially Chicago. I have never been shown the good side of that Lake Superior's coast. I got nothing. I suggest everybody reread some of these comments from folks because there's some of them are so very specific to a joke that was told at that time. I like this one's my favorite so far. Spicy for me. Yeah. What? But they'll bring the liquor to you. That's what Mercy has to say. Oh my God, I love it. Anyway, keep commenting. We love you. Abby Stachowicz is happily telling people where I live if they want to message her. I don't know if you know what Castle Danger is. That's my place is called. Luis is our next comic, and oh my God, his camera is working. Oh my God, everybody, we can see his face. It only took us 3 weeks. 3 weeks. From Elgin, Illinois, it is Luis AREVALO, his 5-year anniversary of comedy, folks. Give it up for him. Woo!
And you know what's crazy? The one, because me and a couple of friends tried to make my camera work, and the one thing I didn't try to do is like press the button right here that has like a camera and then like a slash in it. Like if you press it. So for like 4 weeks, I was like, I tried everything. I tried off my computer. I disconnected it. I reset it. It was all a button, so I'm sorry. I was told earlier today if I couldn't get my camera to work that I had to go to a church parking lot, and just wait for drugs to come up to my door. And I have questions. So do cops like not patrol church parking lots? Is God stopping them from entering parking lots? You're telling me that God has a problem with gays, but he draws the line at police brutality? Like, are you telling me God is like, no, you can't enter my place of worship if you keep shooting innocent people, but gay people go to hell. All right. A lot of homophobes in the crowd. What's up? Honestly, that's what I miss about live stand-up is when someone bombs, they just blame the crowd. I miss that so much. I miss that so much. I can't wait for that. I feel like the greatest thing about being a terrorist is all the views you get on your vlog, you know? Like CNN picks it up, NBC, Fox News, you know, like you can't pay for that type of promotion, you know? It's like those are like free international views, you know? And I don't know, cause that's the best part about being a terrorist, because all the other parts about being a terrorist is not great if you have anxiety, you know? Like I tried to be a terrorist one time because I wanted to vlog, you know? Like I was tired of not getting any comments or views when I was vlogging as a kid on YouTube. So I tried joining a terrorist group. And the first thing they had me do was go to a crowd and blow something up, and that just gave me a lot of anxiety. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to school, it's fine. Like I don't want to deal with the pressure. All right, cool, that didn't work. It started off good. It was like, okay, there's something here. Okay, no. The best time to trust strangers, sketchy strangers, is with your food, you know? Like that's the best, you know? Like if you feel unsafe when it's time to eat, the food is probably gonna be the best, you know? Like you don't want to get in a car with someone that looks like a rapist. But if they're behind a kitchen, you're like, yeah, this is where I want to be, you know? No? Okay, cool. Maybe I should have quit comedy 5 years ago. Who knows?
Every comedy.
Trump got acquitted. And it's weird. So this weekend I got banned. I got banned from a Discord for saying white Americans are trash, but Trump got acquitted. So I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess white privilege isn't real. And I don't know. The defense the Republicans and the lawyers gave was this: you can't even get away as a 5-year-old, you know? Like they basically put Johnny Depp and like Madonna on a video and saying they also try to incite violence, and it's like, what does Madonna have to do with anything? And I guess if that works, we gotta. I hope Republicans bring back all the excuses that we used to do as a 5-year-old. You know, like hopefully you see them at the Senate floor and be like, whoever smelt it dealt it. Therefore, no tax. Or What's the other one I have? Oh, you have cooties, so therefore we cannot pass the stimulus bill. You know, we can't put the American people in danger of COVID and cooties. And I'm gonna end with, I'm from the suburbs, and we've been dealing with a pandemic. You know, we've been dealing with the pandemic of COVID and the pandemic of heroin. So yeah, that's why I think we're so good at jazz. Okay, that's my 5 minutes. Thank you guys so much.
Humans of the internet, give it up for Luis AREVALO.
Luis, excellent job. Comic in residence, 5 new. That was week 3 of 6. We'll see him next week. We're going to see all these folks next week. And we're going to talk to JILLIAN Markowitz and try to get her as a comic in residence, too. Next week is our 612th Monday night comedy show. And if you have ever done comedy, and you know that shows usually don't make it past 12, so 12 shows. So we're kind of like a weird mutated aberration. We're against nature. But next week, in my infinite wisdom of trying to organize these shows, we got a huge number of people. As you can, by watching the show, you see all these people from all across the nation are interested in writing new material during this global pandemic for you guys, the discerning public on the internet. And next week is no different. We have 4 new comic in residences. Now, I know. Now, next week we have to say goodbye to BRITTANY, ALEXIS, and Katie ZANE. It is their 6th week as comic in residence. So, but now they just become regular performers, and they just come up and do regular sets when they have the time. So, but next week we have people. I think our first comic from Canada, from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Now this is weird because they introduced me themselves from Tulsa, Oklahoma / Shanghai, China. So I don't know which came first. We're gonna say by way of Shanghai and Tulsa. We'll just say that. We got another comic from Louisiana. By that I mean Los Angeles, because I can't read my handwriting. My God, I shouldn't be allowed to have writing utensils. Somebody from Kansas City, Kansas, is going to join us, and so like the spread is just getting bigger and bigger, and it's so cool. Over the next few weeks, we're going to have even more people joining and kind of dropping off because they commit to 6 weeks of brand new material, and I can't thank you enough. And I hope that everybody who watches the show is having a great time listening to stuff that they've never heard before, and that the comics are getting something out of it. Maybe after 6 weeks, you'll have like actually a minute of new jokes. Who knows? I don't know. Hopefully more. But if you hated the comic in residency, don't tell me, because I'm fragile, and I had a really rough day yesterday because it was Valentine's Day, and I'm going to die alone.
But now it's Sad Master Candy Day.
That's right. It's 70% off today, isn't it? Oh, hot damn. They were setting up at Target today. They were setting up Easter candy. Isn't like Easter in June or some shit?
I don't remember.
God. I don't know. There's too many, like, Cadbury cream egg displays should not be larger than my house. That's my opinion. Anyway. Where was I going? It was super sad yesterday, Valentine's Day. The show used to get me laid. Now, cricket chirping. We'll add that in post. I think we're. Video. Yeah, let's close it out, shall we? This is our 611th Monday Night Comedy Show. We can't thank you enough for joining us. Please join us every week, right here on Facebook or on YouTube. And maybe, I don't know, is Twitch the one where you can like flash your junk for like 30 seconds? Chat roulette. That's where we're going to be looking at dongs. Woo!
It's too late to quit the show.
And no, you signed a lifetime contract.
Hey, let's look at this other thing now.
Let's watch a video, shall we? And this is a video from the band The Bloodies. It's called After School Satan. Enjoy!
it won't take 5 years to scratch that 7 years. You know that shit just takes time. Well, it takes one to know one, because I used to be one. Well, at least that's the paradigm. There's nowhere to hide. Yeah, I'm so lonely. Eyes like 4 or 5 times away. I'll remember it to make me weak. Because I said for life and life after life. You can take a promenade, square dance, but it won't take 5 years to scratch that 7 years. You know that shit just takes time. Well, it takes one to know one, because I used to be one, or at least that's the paradigm. I know with you, I'm a guy. Yeah, I'm so lonely. Eyes maybe 4 or 5 times away. All the memories that make me weak. Because I'm there for life.
Yeah, that was the Bloodies. After School Satan. We just like local music here at the Monday Night Comedy Show, and we hope you do too. Join us next week, February 22nd, for show number 612. It is also our friend Katie Zane's birthday, and just in case you were watching in the last couple of weeks, Katie did get the stand-up mixer, the KitchenAid mixer, so their birthday was fantastic. So, and we hope that you are feeling better, Katie. We'll see you next week. We'll see you all next week. I want to thank everybody. J Money the motherfucking Hawk. Thank you to St. Man of the Underground, wherever she might be. Thank you to everybody here at Anana Taco, which is Mercy Victor, Kat, Shane, Whitney, Carly, Jeff, and of course, you, the audience. Thank you so much. We can't do it without you. And a special thanks to the performers. We will see you all next week. Stay awesome and stay healthy. Bye. The short one this week. No. We're playing the outro or no? That's it. We're done. Ending broadcast.